All right, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is November 29th,
everything. Yeah.
2023. I am your host, Luis Palazzo, with my co-host, Chris. I think...
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. We're back at it again. Internet's a little bit wonky. Huh?
No, it's fine. It's like...
What?
Oh, man, technical difficulties, y'all. Just gotta love it. Chris's internet is like the worst I've seen it in a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. Ever since my family went on vacation and they came back, it's been weird.
Yeah, they're probably using a lot of it or something.
Nah, it was like that when they left, too. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Hopefully everything good and good. Zach, thank you for joining us here in the stream. Or in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Chris, there's a lot of news today, and I'm glad we actually waited into today to podcast it. Just because, you know, the end of the season is here, the beginning of a new one starts. News starts to travel through and through the time and space, so I can actually finally get to this point. And I guess that's the reason why it's called Timeless Travels, but you know. But anyways, we're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game, just as much as you do. While Chris's, whole internet starts being unwalking here for one more second, don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com or theprofessornetwork.com/purifiedpodcast. Wonderful people to work with every single time. Hopefully I can get Chris to, check them out every other time. I don't know if he's actually watching or not, but All right, well, I don't know where to start because once again we have a lot of things to talk about, and we're here a little bit early than we usually do, just because I don't know if this is gonna be an hour podcast or an hour and a half podcast, so we'll get to it, I guess. But yeah, so this week, actually, this final week of the season with the Party Up Play event and then just regular season of spawns. How was it for you? How did it feel for you?
It's been fun. It's been like a big bridge between each event.
That's it?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what else to say. I mean, like, it's been a really fun one. Always looking forward to the future, though.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I guess we're not super excited because Party Up Play was just basically a recap of the season. And we had a lot of Pokemon that just they weren't shiny. They weren't really too valuable right now. Like the starters from Paldea is cool and all. Some Pokemon here and there, some rays to do, but nothing really to that grabs us aside from just the newer shinies like Solosis or Gatita.
Yeah, it was pretty much just a whole repeat event. It felt like.
Yeah, and I don't know, but I feel like after doing all of that, there wasn't really no point of having to repeat. I guess it would have been better if they actually just put like a mini event, and that would have been fine until the end of the season. Mm-hmm. We did have the starters showcases once a day, but of course, once you win a showcase with one, you can't put it in the next one. So, I guess it's a good thing and a bad thing. Like a good thing that other people have the chance of actually getting number one, or you gotta hunt for another one anyways, or you just get unlucky. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could trade the ones that won with other people that won.
Yeah.
And then reuse them that way.
Yeah.
But then you only get 2 uses out of it, anyways.
That really depends on a lot of different factors. But yeah, the seasonal vanilla spawns were doing okay. Drowsy finally got to me. Yeah, okay. The wild spawns are actually a lot better. Like today we actually just had 5 different type of dragons in the wild today. It's like, and even a Frigigrass at the end. That was actually kind of insane. Actually got to clear my storage by the end of the week. Yeah. But yeah, nothing to really cough about. I guess we should go ahead and go through our hauls of the last week. What did you get, Chris?
1 second. May or may not be able to order this.
Okay. I can go first if you want me to.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right. So I guess it started with, we also had Community Day Classic for Marip, which I don't think we had talked about since it's been like a little over a week since we did. Mm-hmm. I know I talked about my 3 shiny Skull Plus. Uh, yeah. Yeah. I got a Happiny from Adventure 5 kilometer egg, which was kind of insane to get that. I did get a Cobalion from Raid Hour. I got a Gligar, surprisingly, I don't know why. I got a bunch of Mareeps. I think I got like 20 plus Mareeps. Or was it 20? Yeah, it was like 20 plus Mareeps at the end of the day. Mostly because I want to say that I've traded at least 10 of them in the last 2 or so days because of the bonus. So I just trying to get lucky with my friend. He also got a bunch of them. I traded for a Kyurem. Lucky, not anything good. Shiny Kyurem, I guess. And then a Hatch Cleffa. I don't know why and I don't know how. So that's like my 3rd Cleffa too, so it's like crazy.
Been your egg week, man.
Yeah, I know. It's like catching all the baby Pokemon. I don't know why it's been like the thing for me today, this last few days. And then the only other Hundo that I got this week, or week and a half, I guess, is Hundo Cleffa. So just like baby Pokemons all around for sure for me. Aside from that, nothing really else to talk about. I did get a rank 1 Great League. What's my call that? The evolution of Mareep?
Ampharos?
No, the pre-evolution of that.
Flaffy?
Yeah.
What the heck?
I don't know. I don't know either. And I guess I got a good shiny one that I could evolve if I wanted to, but we'll see how it goes. I keep hatching Larvestas. I try for the Dragonite, the Fashion Wake. That's pretty much it. I think the Sableye is good PvP. Yeah, it's decent. That's about it. What you got?
Got some decent PvP Pokemon. I'm really excited about getting a really good Great League. I think it's rank 8 for Skeledirge. Really happy about that. I have a Purified Hundo Dratini that I got on Mareep Day. I was pretty happy about, but I don't even know if I'm going to purify it. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. It's not like God tier Shadow, but I already have 2 Hundo Dragonites, so like I might make it for a raid team. Who knows? Other than that,
Okay.
I have gotten. I got more Mareeps than I thought, but I only got a 7 Mareep. I wasn't going hard for it. I did not really care for it much. I'm trying to think when our last podcast was. I'm pretty sure I already talked about a few of these. So I'm gonna start with, I want to say shiny Spinarak, and then I got a shiny Glameow. After the calm day, I got a shiny Scyther.
Okay.
And I'm kind of surprised. I forgot that Scizor and Scyther got Trailblaze, so I'm actually I think that's pretty interesting. And then the other day I got a I got a Hondo Lechonk. So that was cool. And then I want to say yesterday, yeah, I got a shiny Krogunk. And then today, the first raid of Raid Hour, I finally got a shiny Terrakion. Waiting on that one for a while.
Okay.
But that was it for me.
Yeah, I'm jealous about the Terrakion. So like, that's still one of the only raid shinies I have not gotten as a shiny for a raid. I got one from a trade.
There's a bunch I need.
I know.
I
got one from a raid, but I didn't get one from the other one. I'm just like surprised. The Terrakion has just been mean to me the entire time. I don't know why, but it is how it is, I guess.
That's just RNG.
Yeah, too bad of energy, even though I do enough raids for it. I've been doing a couple of remotes, which is unlikely for me for something that I really don't care about, but I guess that's the reason why Terrakion doesn't like me. So
Do you wanna growl?
No.
Okay.
Wait, is I can still unravel it?
Yeah.
I guess. You bastard. Anyways, but yeah, that's been technically what we got. Nothing really too big to compare about it when it comes down to it. It's not that, like I said, I'm gonna go crazy with Terrakion to really. If somebody invites me, maybe I'll do it. You know, it's kind of cool. That would be nice if I actually get this Growlithe, anyways. Even though it's a 1-star, and I'm gonna waste a pass for it. Actually, more than a pass, but whatever.
Yeah, pretty good raids right now. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, we do also have the chance to be able to get Bombardier, still in race for in a couple more days, which is actually because the ending of it. the end of the the end of the season is actually tomorrow. So by the time you actually hear this, it should be over. Or by the time I actually get this release, it should be the first of the month anyway. So that'd be nice for a lot of people. I usually get 2 days before release if anybody wants to look at the bots or whatever. But yeah, that's that. What else we got? That's it. Ooh, give me. All right. I don't know why I'm tired. Anyways, we got to talk about this whole season right now. Like by the time we got to talk about next one, we're gonna be all about the season, and the new season when it comes down to it. So, Chris, seasons of adventures abound. I know. Let's think of it this way. This season was right after a Go Fest. This season is right before the holidays. It had one of the best holidays events, like, that we always get a year, which is Halloween. And then we got 2 months of meh things. We also had 2 new releases of 2 brand new features, which is routes technically. And what was the other one? The showcase? No. Oh, Party Play.
Party Play.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just added that recently.
Yeah, so we do have a bit of, content when it comes down to this 3 months. But let's just get out of the way, because I know that, Twitter or X, whatever you call it, it's been a mob when it comes down to it. This month or this season has not been the greatest when it comes down to a lot of different things. So let's give our honest thoughts when it comes out. So I'll let you, Chris, do you first. Or I guess you talk first. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Let's check on this Growler first. No. If you got it, that's a different story. Hold on. Chris is having some technical difficulties again.
I'll say it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst season. Nah, not yellow for me.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay, so you're saying that it's
weird.
not.
I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me, but not I don't know.
Yeah, that's funny.
Technical difficulties at best. Okay, so Chris, I'll let you, once you actually get your internet sorted out. You say that it wasn't the greatest of seasons, but what else do you have to say about it?
No, I'm saying it wasn't the worst.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think this was the worst season by any means.
What other opinion do you have, though? Is that it?
I'd say like it was an alright season. I don't think every season has to be God tier.
That's true.
I think it did its purpose. I will say that.
Yeah, I agree.
I had a lot of fun with it. I'll say that much. But like, it wasn't the worst season. There were a lot of fun Pokemon, especially shiny releases that got released.
Yeah, it could have been. I feel like they could have been nice enough. I mean, it didn't, just like you said, doesn't have to be a God tier season where everything has to be like top notch, top of the line Pokemon shinies and all whatever you guys want to. Also, I have a shell gun here. I know what the heck.
But dragons today.
I know, right? But yeah, it maybe a couple of extra surprises would have been fine. It's like, in the end of the day, I believe that the season itself could have been a little bit better for the reason that, if other shinies would have been released, or maybe just a tiny here event from there, it's not uncommon for them to release shinies from a new generation just like that if they wanted to. But they're saving most of the content for other days and things like that. That's understandable when it comes down to it, If we go over too many of the shinies all at once, we are definitely going to basically, run out of Pokemons and run out of shinies before. And this game could literally be dead in the next few months or something like that. It's like one of those things in the end of the day. But, yeah, I think that it was okay. Again, we're coming down from the hype of GoFest all the way down to basically just new features. Hopefully the new features will be technically ironed out within the next few months, this coming season when it comes down to it. We do have, the holidays coming up, so this month of December is going to be nuts, and we'll talk about it in just a moment. But yeah, it's just one of those things in the end of the day. Like I said, at least just like Chris said, I don't think the season was okay. It wasn't the greatest. I don't think it was the greatest. Maybe I'm more influenced when it comes down to a lot of the opinions for other people. Myself included, I think that I wasn't going out like every day to play when it comes down to it. I still do my daily, I still do my chores, whatever the case may be in the Pokemon Go. but some things there just wasn't enticing to do. I didn't, go super hard on Gatita. I got lucky with the Soloses. Marip is another thing, I guess, I always like getting the extra large candy for those. Community Day Whooper was okay, I guess, even though, Clodsire is one thing. So getting invited to another Terrakion, and I'm going to do it because it is. Raid that Mega Garncha was actually pretty cool. I know a lot of people were really happy about that. Which now that reminds me.
Yeah. I wish they did it for more megas, but I think they realized after people actually got excited for megas that, oh, hey, we can save some for raid days.
Yeah. Well, when it comes down to it, the Hypers one definitely will be, the pseudo legendary ones. We still have Metagross on the list. We have Lucario. We have Heracross. All the good ones are still coming out. We still have a bunch of other ones that a lot of people don't care about because in the end of the day, they won't do much in Pokemon Go. But we do have things like, the Steel Fairy type with the mouth.
Oh, Mawile.
Mawile. Yeah, Mawile is one of them. Cameron is still another one that's shiny. Or Mega, I think. We haven't a Sharpedo yet either.
Nope.
And we have maybe 2 or 3 more in the end of the day that comes down to the Mega Evolutions.
Like Gallade and stuff.
Yeah, we'll definitely still have to go over the top when it comes down to Mega Mewtwo. Mega Mewtwo is definitely going to be a big event that everybody's going to be playing it like all day long, no matter how much you look at it. Just because it's Mewtwo. But it's going to be interesting how they are actually going to play out the last few Mega Evolutions. And I don't think even with the amount of content we have left, because we still have maybe 6 Mega Evolutions left in the end of the day, that we're not going to have all of it released by next year. If we do, cool. But at that point, we're kind of like, okay, Megas are a thing, but we don't use them that much anymore. We got into the point again where Megas are just enough. It's like, because we actually have things like Groudon or Rayquaza or Kyogre that actually does triple the work from definitely a 1 or 2 Megas in the end of the day. It kind of doesn't make sense to actually have them or have other Megas at that regard. However, it's still cool to have. It's still a collection. I'm striving to get every Mega Hondo possible, if possible. Or Shando, if I can get it. Unfortunately, that's never going to happen unless somebody gives me another Diancie, which is not going to happen anytime soon. But yeah, I have to work with what I have in the end of the day. So it is how it is, Again, we're going a little bit off track when it comes down to it. But Adventures Abound, again, we'll just leave it as I guess for the full season, I'm going to give it a solid 6. Just even though it had the Halloween event and the Halloween stuff was actually... That's pretty much the only reason why I actually got it that high. I'll give it maybe just a little bit more, maybe add to a 7. But 6 is my ranking when it comes out of 10 at least. But what about you, Chris? What do you think the season would have been for you?
I think I'd give it a 7.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun throughout. They released some good events throughout. It wasn't anything insane, but I don't know. I really enjoyed playing Pokemon Go throughout these events. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, there's still, moments where Pokemon Go will still be enjoyable, even without the terrifics of things that happen in the world. And again, I just as a content creator, or at least, somebody that puts this type of podcast every day, which, mind you, I got to say something about that too. I look at Twitter, I look at X, I look at Threads, I look at everything that usually just puts out the content of Pokemon Go. And that, unfortunately, a lot of the creators are actually saying is Pokemon Go really just getting to the point where it's not as enjoyable as it was before. Maybe for them, but that's because they're looking at it at the eyes of a content creator. Now, I play the game just as regular almost everybody else. I mean, I do grind a little harder than everybody else. But in the end of the day, I can still come in here and say that I had good events. Just because, I'm playing it on my own and I'm not literally dealing every single day with content in the end of the day, That's what I really like about the podcast world. It's just that I don't have to bring every single day worth of news, because I know that by the time we actually get to the point of talking about news, we're in good shape. And hopefully this is a shiny Terrakion. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Any other thing you want to add for the season of bounds there, Chris?
Uh, no.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. I mean,
Nah,
that's good
I
enough
think it's
reaction when
cool.
it comes down to it. Well, I tried to catch this Terrakion here, just because it is good, anyways, or trash, whatever the case may be. We actually gotta say before we actually move on to our top research topics, which is again all the seasonal news for next month and next season and all that. I want to actually give a shout out to everybody who listens to the podcast. On Mondays, I get a notification from our feed where people actually go and listen to our podcast in podcast services fees and everything, and how many downloads each one of it is. Recently, I mean, because of how the content is and how we're releasing the episodes every now and then here and there, we get in between. I want to say from 70. It's been the minimum this last few times to 100. It's been like the maximum that I've seen most of the time. Last week, we have over 400 downloads. And I was surprised when I saw the email. It's like, what, what happened here? Like, and I saw like our numbers just skyrocketed. So you guys make this possible because we are here. We talk about things. You guys want to listen to us. And again, you guys can reach out to us at any point. If you want to talk to us, we have emails, we have Twitter, we have Discord, we have a lot of different places where you can reach us out to us and share our story and things like that. But in the end of the day, I want to say a genuine thank you to all the listeners out there, everybody who downloads the podcast at any point, listens to everything that we do, everything, and all our rants because we love ranting about the game. But yeah, again, genuinely thank you. I'm really thankful for all of you. Then, I'm gonna keep saying that for now for a while. But yeah, keep listening. We're gonna be here. We're not going anywhere. We may be late in a couple of weeks, but hey, that's because that's how content is at the end of the day. So, with that being said, let's move on to the tip research topics of the week, or I guess the months, because we got a lot of months going through.
The load.
The load of stuff, y'all. All right, so brand new season of Timeless Travels, and let me actually get you guys' view here for it. So yes, season of Timeless Travels is here. They posted a cool little video. I'm actually gonna share it. I'm gonna make sure that it's not super loud for y'all. But it starts with the Hisuian starters, which is cool because we wanted them for a while. Timeless Travels. If we get copyrighted, I'm sorry. So, Community Day, catch up with Community Day. We have Community Day weekend coming up this next month. It says catch up with old friends and new. I guess raids, routes, a new NPC. That's actually pretty interesting. We have a new Pikachu costume, which why not? Legendary journey across time and space. We got Word Deer, Student Starters, Shadow Ho-Ho, and of course the Rocket Balloon. It says connect the past to catch the present, or well, catch the present. I guess that's how you say it. But that's not the last thing on the trailer. Dialga silhouettes and Palkia silhouettes are part of things because Pokemon Gold Tour 2024 is a thing. And yeah, we're gonna talk all about this. The reason why we actually went into today is because we have a bunch of news about Gold Tour, the season itself, and everything. So again, super excited. Are you excited, Chris?
Oh yeah. I'd say Sinnoh is probably my second favorite gen.
Yeah.
Hoenn's always been my favorite. There's a reason I went to Hoenn Tour. But yeah, looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. And like we both loved Legends Arceus. So
oh yeah. Yeah,
there's a lot to look forward to.
This is a huge homage to Legend Arceus just because of the things that they have done. I'm glad that because of the release of it, the kind of like the story unfolds a little bit different than what we usually see on a generation. When it comes down to it, Generation 1 will always be the nostalgia generation. Generation 2, same thing when it comes down to it, but we also have, a couple of things added here and there. Generation 3 has Megas and all that, so that's actually pretty cool. And then Generation 4 now has things, just like the Hisuian region in the past, the present, and future, and all that. I know Chris's internet is going crazy, so that's why he's so hyped anyways. But yeah, so that's that. Let's go over before we go over Gold Tour, because that's gonna be its own separate thing. I want to go over just the season itself and how it's looking for everybody. So Pokemon across space and time. Pokemon's first discovered in the Hisuian region. We get to learn more about that. It just it gets me to the top of the page. So unfortunately, so there's not much to it, but they are teasing things like Where Deer in the end of the day. So that's pretty cool, I guess. We'll keep that in mind when it comes down to it. They talk about the features, party play, routes, and Pokemon showcases. Nothing really new about it. Somebody actually didn't mention the Squirtle is on the showcases, which is funny because the Squirtle is the only thing that we actually got to those things in the last few community days. It's hilarious. I don't know what they're doing anyways. Seasonal highlights. So Timeless Travels Expedition Access. So it says right here, provide provision for the travels ahead. At the start of each month in Timeless Travels, trainers will be able to purchase a new ticket experience that includes bonuses and time research. Throughout the Pokemon Go Timeless Travels, you'll be able to come across Pokemon found in Hisuian region, stock up on items like incubators, and then you'll be sure to check the in-game shop regularly. You never know what wares and wonders may find. They do talk about the community days. We actually know about the community day dates for the rest of the 3 months. We have the catch-up community day, which is the 16th and 17th of December. That's all past 2023 community day Pokemons, divided into 2 days, split up in a way that, if you didn't get one, you get another one anyways. January 6th is another community day. January 20th is going to be a classic. And February 4th is going to be a community regular. So we're getting a classic right off the bat of the new year. It's going to be, of course, by the end of the month anyways, but still. If I say anything more, the month is going to really just go too fast at this point, and we're going to be in the second month of January, or the second month of 2024. New theme stickers are available. This is actually pretty cool because it's the winter-like stickers and all the winter-type Pokemon out there. Yeah. We do have a lot of events that we're going to catch up on in just a moment. Once again, Community Day Classic or Catch Up with Community Day. The Go Battle League, we'll talk about that in a PvP section pretty soon. And then Hisuian Samurott debuts with the raid day on Sunday, December 3rd, which we'll talk about in just a moment too. They have their whole calendar. Starting on the 1st, we have Reshiram and Mega Sister.
Yes.
So thank God. There's the new event that's gonna be happening. We'll go over the month of December in just a moment too. There's actually a couple of things that we gotta take care of. But they finally fixed their problem that they were having this entire time for the last 2 seasons, where they listed out every other raid for the rest of the season. So we're only having information about the December season. If we actually go over past January and things like that, there's no events or anything planned out there. So they're getting smart after messing up for the last three or 6 months, and it comes down to it. Go Battle League, we know about it. So we do have seasonal rotations. Lapras. Lapras is the first thing I see in the rotation, but whatever. We do have a rotation for the Research Breakthrough box, and that's interesting because we're gonna have now Lapras, Galarian Weezing, Galarian Mr. Mime, Furfrou, Gumi, and Yamao in the Field Research Breakthrough. Any thoughts about this, Chris?
Good rotation, honestly.
Yeah. Once again, we have one Pokemon that's not shiny, but at this point, it kind of makes sense because that is technically the next Go-Fest-like shiny debut, because Yamo is going to be the Generation 7, sorry. Dragon, something like that.
And even without being a shiny chance, that's still a good Pokemon.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we know it's not any shiny legendary chance. But I don't know. I think it's a good box. I really want a shiny Galarian Mr. Mime, and all the other Pokemon I'm not too angry at.
I wish I better Furfrou, so why not? We technically have. Let's see, that's 4, 4, and 4. That's we got 3 months worth of research breakthroughs, but that's enough for 4 chances per month, which is not bad if you actually complete 7 days every time. Then we have different Pokemon appearing in the wild. So, starting with city biomes, we have Vulpix, Ampharos, Sneasel, Zigzagoon, regular Zigzagoon, not Galarian, thank God, Trubbish, Clink, and Nimble, and more, of course, if you actually get to that point. Then we have our forest biomes. We got Parasect, Y, Alolan Sequitur, Scissor, Combi, Dwebble, Pensimian, and Smallville, which I believe Pensimian is going to be shiny pretty soon, but don't quote me on that pretty soon. I'm not entirely sure.
I believe you.
Mountains.
You guys heard it here first.
Sure, right? In the mountain region, we have Alolan Geodude, Rhydon, Larvitar, Sableye, Bronzong, Roggenrola, and Dribble, and of course more. Pretty okay. I mean, everything's shiny in that pool. We have, and the beaches and waters, or at least the water biomes, Alolan Doctrio, Y, Shelgon, Paldean, Wooper, Lotad, Corfish, Clamper, and Gumi. I'm kind of happy about a few of those, especially the Gumi. Although I saw like 3 Gumis today for some reason. It wasn't even the water biome. Anyways, Northern Hemisphere, we're gonna have things like Beldum, Pidove, Fungus, Winter, Deerling, which when it's gonna be shiny, probably next year. Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. So we are going to have the Gen 6 starters as part of the Northern Hemisphere. So that's where me and Chris are. So we're gonna see more of those anyways. They're shiny now, so at least that gives us a plus. And in the Southern Hemisphere, we'll have things like Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, Skirmish, Starly, Gibble, and then Summer Deerling. So, again, this part of the rotation is kind of like, It kind of makes sense to have a couple of extra, starters here and there. But, once we get through so many starters, there's really no point. I don't even click on starters anymore. And if I do, it's just shiny checking.
Yeah, it depends. Like, there's a few I like to get extra large candy for.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still okay when it comes down to it. We finally have, and thank God, we have an egg shake-up starting next season, which I'm glad because I am getting tired of hatching this Amaras and everything from the eggs. 2K Kilometer eggs, we have Pichu coming back, Tyrum, Smooshin, Togepi, and Smallville. Pretty good chances. I like those.
Hey, don't forget about the and more.
And more.
You might still hatch some more.
Oh god, the Amoras is actually on 10Ks, but we'll see how that goes. 5 kilometers, Elekid, Magpie, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, Quasley, and Pomni. So kind of like a okay. I'm okay getting the starters Hondos before the community days, so hopefully we'll get those. At least I will get those when it comes down to it. 7 kilometer eggs, a little bit of a head shake up. We do have Alolan Sandro, Alolan Geodude, Alolan Grimer, Paldean Wooper, which is okay. But not a lot of people want that anymore. Trash. So trash. Nobody was gonna open up 7K eggs anymore these days. There's no point of it. 10 kilometers, Stratini, Beldum, Carbine, and Frigibask, and more, because I'm pretty sure Larvitar or Larvesta is in each one of them. But yeah, this is actually pretty good because now we have like a couple of pseudo legendaries. Although I don't think I want another Shandu Dratini at this point. So
I don't know.
Unless it's that shadow one, but we'll see. Then Adventure Sync rewards. So the 5 kilometer eggs are gonna hatch things like Cleffa, Riolu. Oh, Riolu in the 5 kilometers. That's actually pretty nice. Tortuga and Archon. I don't know. I mean, I got a shiny Cleffa from it. And I don't know. That's the only thing I hatched from those. Anyways. And then 10 kilometers, we do still have things like Bagon, Dino, Gumi, and Rockruff. I really do wish that this one had a little bit stronger potential. Just for the reason that it is a 10 kilometer egg after walking 50 kilometers per week. It's kind of like, why? Why this ones? They should give us like stronger rewards when it comes down to it, just because the enticing of it. I mean, yes, there are pseudo legendaries, plus I don't know if Rockruff is going to be in regular 10K eggs anymore. So that's actually pretty nice. It's interesting that they're kind of pushing that into a different type of tier.
Yeah, I mean, even if Larvesta was like a 3 rarity instead of a 5 rarity out of the 10 or something like that. I don't know. We'll see.
And then what everybody wants to know is the seasonal bonuses for this next 3 months. So we're all going to have guarantee extra large candy from trading Pokemons, an extra candy from trading Pokemons, guaranteed to receive a rare candy XL from in-person raid. So that's actually pretty good. So that means that we'll at least get for any raid for that reason. Oh no, it says 5-star, right? Yeah, it's a 5-star. Never mind. Don't quote me on that one. Anyways, anyways, increased experience for a 7-day Pokestop spin streak. If you're looking for experience, this is actually a very cool thing. And increased experience and Stardust from a 7-day Pokemon catch streak. I'm always doing my Stardust and things like that, so it doesn't really matter. But that's because
I might keep my eye out on what I catch now, though.
Yeah, because if you catch Like try to stock up like an Audino or something, or Chimeco or something. That will be nice. Because that streak plus that in the first catch and everything, that gives you a lot of Stardust and experience. So keep an eye out for the rest of the season. That's usually how it is. I am going to miss holding that many gifts in my inventory though. So that's gonna be going away this actually by the end of tomorrow. So that's actually insane. I wish that was permanent, but what it is. So that is the whole season overall. We still have more to talk about here. But yeah, that is. How excited are you for this part of, or the whole season itself?
Looks like it's gonna be a good one. I mean, I like the theme. I can't think of many people that don't like Legends Arceus, and it seems like that's pretty much the foundation of this one.
Yeah,
But I don't know. We'll see. I like the shakeup. There's a few things that are kind of but overall, a lot of fun things to hunt.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Yeah, I'm just looking through Twitter real quick when it comes down to it. So hopefully I'm not missing anything.
The rabbit hole.
I know, right? All right, so let's talk about some events that are happening in the month of December. But first and foremost, I'm actually going to go to Twitter/X and go through the new season or December content update. So we don't call it the dump of news anymore, and I forgot to put this on the on the podcast notes, but whatever. We do have the content update for December. Looks like the featured Pokemon for December is going to be Vanillite, and it's gonna have a shiny chance. So that's pretty cool. So I guess as soon as the season starts, go hunting for it. And this infographic is a lot different from the ones they previously did. So it's going to be a one at a time kind of deal. So December, we have our legendaries for the month. I mentioned before, Reshiram from December 1st to the 9th, Sekrom from the 9th to the 16th, Kyurem from the 16th to the 23rd, and then Regigigas from the 23rd to the 1st. I guess they don't want to give us that much, hype for the end of the year. Then we have our Megas too. Mega Scissor from the 1st to the 9th. Mega Altaria, which Chris wants more, from the 9th to the 16th. Mega Babasnow from the 16th to the 23rd. And then Mega Galai. Mega Galai. Yeah, Galai. That one with the big mouth. Anyways, December 21st to January 1st. Any thoughts on these raid bosses, Chris?
I'm not gonna lie. Completely missed him.
Reshiram, Sakuram, Kyurem, Regigigas.
Oh, hands down. Great lineup. I need both Reshiram and Zekrom.
Me too. Need them Hondas.
The other two, yeah, they're really good dragons. The other two, cool, but not like
the only reason to really care about Kyurem is because I know there's going to be something that they will do once the fusions comes in. And the way that they're actually releasing some of the things, like think of it this way. We had Primals in Gotor Hoenn. We're definitely going to have Origin Forms, Dialga, and Palkia for this tour coming up, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then by the time we get to the last tour, or the next tour, which is next year's, though, not the following year, 2025, we're mostly likely going to be seeing the fusions.
Yeah, what's that region called?
Unova.
Unova. Yeah. Yeah, I could see them saving that for a Go Tour or a Go Fest, either one.
I see the Go Fest. I feel like the Go Fest are is going to be basically just the mythical Pokemon for the Alolan region. Yeah. Yeah, I know which one we're talking about. Sarah Aura, right? Sarah or Marshlamp. They're the two mythical Pokemons from that region. So we're definitely gonna
Volcanion too.
Volcanion. That's actually another one that we're still missing because we got Diancie anyways. Volcanion is definitely gonna be a mythical that they're gonna have to bring us eventually. But that's because we're getting closer to those are mythicals for Gen 6, so that's gonna be like two years from now when it comes down to it. At least when it comes down to those regions. But the Unova tour, which I know we're like ways ahead of this point.
Yeah, right. Even before Sinnoh tour.
I know, right? We're skipping this one. We don't even care. But yeah, so if they really want to keep the content going that way, there has to be a way to kind of fuse the Pokemons you have into their fusion forms, and that's going to change the meta for sure. For those reasons, and just like Mega Evolutions, maybe we'll have some kind of bonuses to have them. You never know. It is how it is, but that's technically, again, more into the future when it comes down to it. So stock up on some good ones. They're definitely gonna come back here and there, but this may be the last time we see them for a long time. So might as well start going a little bit hard on those Reshiram's and Sekorums when it comes down to it. I already got my Kyurem, so All right, so events for December. We did mention Hisuian Hamura Day on December 3rd. We'll talk about that in a second. December 5th to the 8th, we have a new event called Along the Routes. More route play, I guess. I'm not sure what they're really cooking, but we'll probably have more information most likely by either Friday or Monday, because they want to release some information by then, hopefully. So we'll talk about it next week. Or by Sunday, unless you guys want to listen to another podcast by Sunday. December 9th, Catch Mastery Ice. Have we had anything like this before? Catch Mastery?
I'm trying to think. Maybe only for the 151. I don't know what else though.
Interesting. All right. December 11th to the 15th, we have something called the Adamant Time. I guess we're going back to the past. I mean, there is a character named Adam. Adam and Time, something with time. I don't know. December 16th to the 17th, we have December Community Day. Recap when it comes down to it. And then the start of the Winter Holiday Part 1, starting on the 18th to the 25th. Happy Christmas, everybody. Or Merry Christmas, I guess. December 23rd, we have Raid Day Word Year. Thank God they're doing a Raid Day a couple days before the 24th. Or a day before the 24th, because I am not going hunting the day on Christmas Eve. I may be working that day, so I'm going to start actually like do them and then do whatever else I need to do, because that's the last Christmas shopping I'm going to probably be doing anyways. Then we have the Winter Wonderland, the 23rd and the 24th. So I guess that we have a mini event in between. And I guess they don't consider, people who actually celebrate Christmas Eve to Christmas Day. But I don't know. I thank God they're not doing really anything a lot on Christmas Day. But they are, starting the event of Winter Holiday Part 2 on the 25th to the 31st. So, just eat my words right here. A lot of interesting events. I'm actually a little bit excited. I know that Winter Holiday Part 1 and Part 2 definitely are going to carry this month for sure. The Winter Holiday sounds fun. Adamant Time seems interesting. Along the Routes, I don't know what they're really thinking, so I'm not entirely 100% sure on that. And then, of course, everything else is just simple as easy when it comes out. They're just day events in the end of the day. Now that I got Chris back, what do you think about this?
Looks like a lot of fun. I'm always excited for the Christmas time of Pokemon Go. Usually, the Halloween event is my favorite. I didn't do too crazy in the Halloween event, but it's still always fun. But very much looking forward to this one.
Yeah, definitely. And then they do mention the raid hours for the month of. I know we have more actually, but the raid hours, of course, Reshiram starting on December 6th, Sekorum 13, Kyurem on the 20th, and Regigigas on the 27th. That's every Wednesday, of course. We will go in ham as much as I can for those. We do have the announcement that Shadow Zapdos comes back in raids during the weekend of December. So he disappeared and then came back and then disappeared again and then came back again. I don't know what the heck is going on. But we do have him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weekends actually. So that's actually pretty good for the month of December. So if you didn't get your Shadow Zapdos before, it is time to get them now. So go get them, y'all.
They tried to catch up with Articuno.
I know, right? And then we got Spotlight Hours. Spotlight Hours starting with December 5th, Phoebus, with 2 times catch candy. Chris?
I finally got my shiny on my own, but that is always a fun one.
Yeah. We got Seal. That's Seel. So the Little Gen 1 guy. Transfer candy. 2 times catch candy on December 12th. Snorunt. Again, this one has a Mega Evolution. So that's pretty cool. And of course, some PvP viable Pokemons too in the Great League. which is frostless. So 2 times evolution experience if you're ready to evolve them. And then Vanillite ending the month in December 26th, so right after Christmas, with a brand new shiny chance, y'all. 2 times catch Stardust for Vanillite. And then, of course, it says right here, soon buy the in-game shop for Expedition, and that means Expedition, access December ticket. Excited. I actually kind of excited with a few of this, actually.
That's a crazy lineup, honestly.
Yeah, except for Seal, maybe Seal. But you know what? I keep forgetting. Seal also has some play. Like, almost everything has some play in here, if you think about it.
Yeah, Dugong got a drill run or something. Something like that. I can't remember.
Drill run. Yeah, it has drill run, which is actually insane for that Pokemon too. Phoebus is always welcome because, I mean, you know, Milotic is also a pretty cool Pokemon to catch. Vanillite being a brand new shiny, Snorunt having a Mega and a PvP battle Pokemon. I don't know, this month is actually stuck up. I may actually go every single Tuesday out. So that's
wish. That always work.
He wishes. Just go run the Gold Plus and put it in on you. That's everything. So
walk through my
bro, around. What is with these Bagons? Like Bagons, Shelgon? Am I gonna see a Salamence next or something? Anyways, so yeah, that is the month of December content update. What do you guys what I should say? But let's talk about, and I know I'm not giving Chris too much time to talk about it, but I feel like his internet may not be too, so sorry about this, Chris.
Nah, I appreciate it.
Yeah. But then we are going to talk about Samurott. Hisuian Samurott debut in Raid Day event, so stay sharp. The first of the 3 starters from the Hisuian region. I can't say words today. But yeah, so it's time to celebrate the Hisuian region pass with a raid day featuring Hisuian Samurott. Only time will tell when Hisuian Samurott will return. So make sure you catch this opportunity to kick off the new season. Prepare the party for a formal challenge, which I don't know how formal it will be because it is a Hisuian Pokemon, or at least a starter when it comes down to it. With party play. Anyways. Party power, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's one thing. It says keep your team close. Trainers something tells us they won't be the last Pokemon originally discovered in the Hisuian region to make an appearance. Yeah, you kind of already gave us like everything that you need to know for the rest of 3 months. All right, so Hisuian Summer Raid starting on Sunday, December 3rd from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time. Hisuian Shiny Samurott will be making his debut. If you're lucky, you will get a shiny one. I don't know. Okay, so one thing that actually they mention is that if it's going to be able to learn its community, they move from regular Samurott or not. A lot of people are speculating that it can, but I think the data mines actually didn't. So we'll see how it goes.
It should have a different moveset too, I feel like. At least I can't remember Samurott getting any dark moves.
Yeah, but it should have his signature move. I don't know.
Ceaseless Edge or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. That would be cool if they actually have that. It may see some play in the end of the day. It is a dark type move, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so. And the ability in Legend Arceus will set as spikes when you use it. I think if you use it in Scarlet and Violet, it does something else. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I can't remember. Let me check.
Yeah, while you do that, we're going to go through the event bonuses. Receive up to 5 additional free raid passes from spinning focus gym photo discs. Increased chance of encountering shiny Hisuian Samurotts. The remote raid limit will increase to 20 instead of 10 or instead of 5 from the Saturday, December 2nd at 4 p.m. to Sunday, December 3rd at 7 p.m. Pacific time when it comes down to it, which is actually a lot of time. First and foremost, they're increasing it more than the Mega Raid Day. And second of all, they're actually making almost 2 days for everybody to play. So that's actually a pretty good amount of raids that you're going to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to spend 40 raid passes throughout 2 days, but it is how it is. But yeah, it's interesting to say the least in the end of the day. And then, Hisuian Summer will appear more frequently in raids when it comes down to it. You also have an event ticket, just like before, for $5 or equivalent to your local currency. You get an additional, and that's up from the 5 that you already have, 8 additional raid passes from spinning photo disc at gyms, a total of 14 throughout the day. You get 50% more experience from raid battles, increased chance of getting rare candy XL, bullshit, and then 2 Stardust from raid battles in the end of the day. So, yeah, it's at raid day when it comes down to it. You get a lot of bonuses. You can pay for more bonuses, and you get a chance of a shiny Shando in the end of the day. Did you find anything about that move, Chris?
Yeah, even in Scarlet Violet, it still lays down spikes. I think the only thing that's different is it doesn't have as high of a chance of landing a critical hit.
Okay, yeah.
But I am interested to see if they have any secondary effects in Pokemon Go, or if they're even going to give us it at all right away.
Well, if we are talking ways of making sure that the Pokemon itself is losing a little bit of health at some points, and I lost Chris here, so sorry for all the noise here. They're probably going to maybe have a chance of lowering the defenses, if that were the case. If like just like a lot of the moves that they do now, the move itself in Pokemon Go can still do like the equivalent ability to it. Layer spikes, meaning that every time a Pokemon comes in, their health goes down for a little bit. So instead of that, give us like maybe a 10% chance or a slightly percent chance of actually lowering the Pokemon's defenses when it comes down to it. That actually could be something that the ability of that move could make some type valuable in the game, depending on the moveset and all that, you know?
Yeah, I could see that.
And I know you were saying something. I know your internet cut off, so I don't know what we were saying.
Oh. I don't remember.
Okay, never mind. Anyway, so that's that. Remember, guys, this is also the Scout podcast, so it is what it is. But yeah, that's Hisu and Raid Day, so I'm excited. I mean, something to do this the first weekend. At least it's not on a Saturday, which is. I mean, I'm off the Saturday, but I have a lot of things going that Saturday, so I'm kind of actually glad it's not a Saturday too. So, and Chris can actually join me for this one. So.
Yeah, I work Saturdays, and I usually get out about 4. So the fact it's on a Sunday means I'll be able to play the whole time. I'm actually going to buy the $5 part of it.
Yeah, you're not?
Oh, no, I am.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because like I'm going to be doing the raids anyways. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Why not, right? All right, so next we have catch up with Community Day, which I know we didn't talk about it first, but you know, because this is actually happening the weekend after or the weekend following after. So yeah, catching up. Once again, we do have Community Day recap on December. This is just another thing that they love to do to make sure that if you didn't get a chance to actually do it a Community Day throughout the entire year, this is your chance to do it once again. We have some pretty good ones anyways, but we're going to start with how this year has gone. We're just going to start with the actual bonuses. So these bonuses will be active from 2 to 5 between the days of Saturdays the 16th and 17th. So mostly on those 3 hours is when every of these bonuses are going to stack up. If you're not playing either one of the days, don't think that throughout the day it's going to actually stack up or anything. It's just during this event period of time. So event bonuses. 2 times experience for catching Pokemons, half distance when expert plays in incubators, 2 times the chance of trainers to receive extra large candy from catching Pokemon, incense without the daily incense, activated will last for 3 hours, 50% Stardust less for trading, 2 times Stardust for catching Pokemon, 2 times candy for catching Pokemon, Lords activated will last for 3 hours, and then an additional special trade throughout the day of maximum of 2, so that's 4 throughout the entire weekend. Pretty good. Again, bonuses will only be active here and there. Looks like the only ones that are going to be more active are going to be the trades and the 50% Stardust. That's actually going to be from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. throughout those 2 days. Everything else usually will only be from 2 to 5. So don't be putting like lucky eggs and everything at the time of start until the turn of start. We have a lot of featured Pokemons, but just like multiple Decembers that we had in the last 7 years at this point, almost 8, the following Pokemons appear differently throughout those days. So on Saturday, again, from 2 to 5 with increased shiny chance, will be things like Slowpoke, Galarian Slowpoke, Togetic, Chespin, Fennekin, and Noibat. So Saturday is technically a really good one if you really want some good Togedics or Noibats. I mean, if you really want a Noibat. But that's that when it comes down to it. And then Sunday, we have Poliwag, Wooper, Paldean Wooper, Timber, Axew, Froakie, and Graben. Okay, a pretty good lineup. Okay, Froakie has some really good play if you know how to use it. Actually, still a pretty cool pseudo legendary in the end of the day, if you consider that a pseudo legendary, I think. And then Wooper and Baldeon Wooper and all those. Just don't click on the Grubbins. Chris is like, what?
I'm just looking ahead and I'm like, huh? But yeah, I mean they both look fun. Not anything I really want to go too crazy on. I only wanted to get more Chespins and more Togedix though
Okay.
on Saturday.
Yeah, that's not bad. But hopefully, I mean, you do get some time to play, right?
Yeah, I'll have a little bit.
Yeah. There's also lucky trainers, and I don't know why they worded it this way. Lucky trainers might encounter the following Pokemon on either day for the last 10 minutes of each hour between 2 to 5 p.m. Trainers can catch an opportunity to encounter these Pokemons, either Charmander, Squirtle, Mareep, Swinub, or Larvitar, which is the classics that we receive throughout the entire year. But only 10 minutes of those? That's actually kind of interesting. I guess it's because they already had their classic, they had their regular community days, they had their race and all that stuff. I guess.
I'm not a big fan of it.
I mean, I
don't
would
know.
I would want, a Shandor Squirtle. That wouldn't be the bad idea, but it's like
Shundo Larvitar for the Mega.
that too, or Mareep. So yeah, I got some play here.
Mega.
Yeah, I got some play here. We do have raids throughout the those entire 2 days, and these are past. I guess this is 2022 Community Day Pokemons. Sandro, Alona Geodude, Hoppit, 30 Ursa, Galarian 6 Seal, Starly, Roggenrola, Liquid, Dino, and Stuffle will be appearing in one-star race. So I guess if you really didn't get your chance of getting a shiny one from those, this is another opportunity from the 2022. After that, it's going to be really rare to see them, but of course you see them in a while anyway, so there's no differences. Although now that I think about it, 2022 really didn't have that much power out. Chris is like, why are you looking at me like that?
Look at the eggs. That's what I'm looking at.
Oh, okay. The eggs will throughout the event will be from the 2022 and only 2 kilometer eggs, which is nice. But again, it's the same lineup from the raids. Okay. Not liking. I don't know.
It's like, oh, cool. A shiny I already have.
I don't even...
big Shundo chance, though, I will say.
Yes.
That is one thing.
Yes, from both, because raids are also give you a higher chance of Shandos. But now that I think about it, out of the almost 7.5 years, I haven't actually hatched a Shundo yet. And I hatch a lot of shinies. So that's something that's still, playable. Although I don't think I won like a Shando Hoppit. So I don't know.
Shando's feel.
Pokemon Sleep is actually making the love for that Pokemon a little bit better, but all right, so feature attacks, we're just gonna go over real quickly. These are the Pokemon that you can evolve all the way to its final evolution to get their Community Day moves, from Saturday, December 16 at 9 a.m. to Sunday, 17 to 9 p.m. Now it says when evolving this Pokemon except Ursaluna. So I don't know why they excluded Ursaluna out of this. But
if I had to guess, just no Full Moon.
I guess. But, Charizard will know both its Community Day moves from the Classic, being Blastburn and Dragon Breath. Yeah. Blastoise with Hydro Cannon, Sand Slash with Knife Slash, Alolan Sand Slash with Shadow Claw, Alolan Golem with fast with rollouts, Poliwhirl with counter. I don't know why it took me a second there. Then we have all of the Galarian and regular Slowbro and Slowkings that all will know Surf. Ampharos with Dragon Pulse, Polito with Ice Beam, Jumplos with Acrobatics, Quagsire with Aqua Tail, Tyranitar with Smackdown. That's a really good one. Wellner with Icicle Sphere.
And Powder Snow.
And Spider Snow. Really? Oh, yeah, Spider Snow. Okay, yeah. I forgot about that. Staraptor with Gust. Togekiss with Aura Sphere. Mamoswine with Ancient Power. Don't do that. Gigalet. Or Gigalet with Meteor Beam. Conkeller with Brutal Swing. Chandelier with Poltergeist. Haxorus with Breaking Swipe, which is gonna be set pretty soon. Hydreigon with Brutal Swing, Chestnut with Frenzy Plant, Duckpulse with Blast Burn, Greninja with Hydro Cannon, Noivern with Burn Burst, Pekka Bolt with Ball Switch, and then Shutterbug too. So actually, there's something we didn't mention a lot, but Shutterbug does have some play when it comes down to it.
Yep, it does.
But it can it will only know Ball Switch if you evolve it during Community Day hours. So it is the second time. This is the first time we actually see a second stage evolution actually only requiring the evolution throughout the Community Day. So again, if not, you're gonna have to do a Elite TM, and that's not gonna be fun. Beware with Drain Punch, Obstagoon with Abstract. Now here's the Ursaluna one, and let me go over. Of course, it will get highest horsepower. The full moon will be in the sky from 2 p.m. on a Saturday, December 16th to 6 a.m. So basically the night of. On Sunday, December 17th from 2 p.m. all the way to the end of Sunday at 9 p.m. So only those specific times. I guess they're just looking to it. Interesting. So 2 p.m. to 6 a.m. on Saturday, and then 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Sunday. So you got a stronger chance if you actually just, do it after 2 p.m. or something. And then finally, a Clocksire with Mega Horn, which nobody uses anyways. You also have the Community Day Special Research Story, December Community Day 2023, $1 or equivalent to your price of local currency. And then, of course, this will probably mean that you have to catch almost everything from day 1 and day 2, depending on how it goes. Time research will be available to reward you things like King's Rock, Manic Lures, and encounters with feature previous Community Day Pokemon from 2022 and 2023. Field research will be encounters with the Pokemon's featured through 2023, stickers, and showcases. That's it. That's Community Day Classic. So yeah, pretty interesting. Again, if you did miss on a few, then this is your chance to redeem yourself. Make sure you know which one of them are. We get closer to it. We'll give you a little prep guide, maybe recap just to make sure that which days you really want to play. But yeah, I really don't have much stuff of it because I do believe I play every single Community Day known to man. So
known to man.
Known to man. But yeah, any thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, looks like it's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna worry about eggs too much, but whatever I hatch, I hatch.
Yeah, me too. It's whatever. Really, I mean, 2 kilometer eggs throughout the event, and then half distance, I guess, whatever hatches in the other day. All right, so that's catch up. And then the biggest other piece of news that came out today, and one of the big reasons why we're here today, is the Go Tour. So Go Tour information is here. Chris is yawning for the crap of things because his internet is crazy. But yeah, it is how it is. So Go Tour Los Angeles 2024. The Sinnoh Tour is here, and information, or at least some piece of information, has been released, which I'm actually okay about it. But again, the destination may not be one of those things. Next year is going to be a lot of interesting stuff. So all the things have to fall into place for this kind of thing. But we'll go over when it comes down to it. So Pokemon Go Tour Sinnoh in Los Angeles comes to Los Angeles, California, February 17th to the 18th. So mark your calendars, request your days off. You got almost 3 months to plan this. So get to it if the case may be. Tickets are already live, so you can go experience it live. Well, if you want to go to the in-person event, I guess. Right now, for limited time, the tickets for the live event are $25. You get to choose which day you want to play, either 17 or the 18. And then it starts from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Local time, I guess, Los Angeles time when it comes down to it. Pacific time in the end of the day. What do we have gameplay-wise? So this is for the in-person event gameplay. We'll have a bunch, of Pokemons, because it is all about Sinnoh region, and maybe he's suing. You never know. Tingle Rocket is on a mission and wants your help. This is another time research, I guess, or not time research, but a special research with Tingle Rocket. Last time we had something like this, we had, the team leaders actually, tell you about your IVs and everything of the Pokemon you catch and whatever the case may be until you finish the research itself. So that's pretty cool. It is going to be on the Rose Bowl Stadium, which we'll give a thoughts about that in just a moment, but it is how it is. Event gameplay. So the biggest thing when it comes down to it is the new Master War research. The Master War research leading to encounter with shiny shaman. So this is, again, another chance of getting another shaman, but at the same time, it's also a shiny available one. A ticket for the Master War research leading to the encounter with shiny shaman will be available to purchase globally. However, it will be more challenging to its Los Angeles counterpart. So more details to come when it comes down to that. We do have the badges for it, which is either Diamond or Pearl, which is pretty cool. I do like my Diamond because I always play Diamond anytime, or Platinum, but never Pearl. I don't know why. But, investigating into that, you choose either one and you get a cool badge. Although I'm kind of liking the Pearl option. I don't know why. It just looks a little bit cooler. We do have shining surprises. So things like in 2KX, Chingling is going to be appearing. Another Pokemon from the 5KX, which is a mystery. I'm not sure why. And then Stunfisk. And then we have the 3 regional Pokemons from Generation 4. The Sinnoh, Carnivine, Pachirisu, and Chatot will appear in other 10km eggs, which most than likely are going to be shiny available, just like they mentioned. Which I'm kind of surprised why the 5K egg one seems interesting, but we'll see how it goes. Mm-hmm. Then we have raids. We have 5-star raids will be Dialga and Palkia. If at this point, if you don't know, we're probably gonna have the origin forms for it instead. So this is just placeholders. And then the 1-stars will have Tortic, Chimchar, and Peplup. We're just gonna go with the 5-stars. I mean, nobody's gonna care about those at this point. I'm probably gonna get if I go there, but then anyways, we'll see how it goes. We also get the chance to add a raid lover add-on to your events to get more free raid passes, up to 18 per day, plus of course, whatever the case may be.
Demo at the house.
I know, right? So we have special Pokemon appearing in the wild, and we have our not rotating, but our habitats for the in-person event. The Entangled Ruins habitat will encounter things with Pikachu with a Dawn hat. And the image shows as a male one, so I don't know what they're going to do about that one. Tangela, Eevee, Mischievous, Nosepass, Roselia, Duskull, Turtwig, Kricketot, Plant Burmy, Combi, Cherubi, and Bronson. Cool, and more. Then we have the Seaside Metropolis. So basically just Seaside. Pikachu again with the Donsat, Magnemite, Porygon, Ralts, Piplup, Starly, Bidoof, Trash Club Burmy, Weasel, East Sea Shallows, West Sea Shallows, Drifloon, Glameout, and Finion, which at this point there isn't really any new shinies in that. Porygon, the only reason Porygon is there is because of his final evolution, which is, a Gen 4 evolution at the end of the day. We do have the Bubbling Mire, this time with the Lucas Hat Pikachu. Then Apon, Yanma, Gligar, Shinx, Cranido, Shieldon, Sandburmy, Stunky with a brand new shiny, Gibble, Hippopotamus, I guess, Scorpy, and Crognat. So, and more. Again, if you see a misplaced like Apon and Yanma, it's because they do have an evolution at the end. So they will evolve because they are Gen 4 evolutions. And then we have the Hot Mountain Springs. Again, Lucas has Pikachu will be there. Lickitung, which has an evolution. Rhydon has a final evolution. Magmar has a final evolution. Eevee, Togetic, Murkrow has a final evolution. Sneasel has a final evolution. Swinub has a final evolution. Snorunt has a final evolution. Chimchar, I don't have to say anything about that. Bernie and the Snover will also be appearing on those. So a lot of repeats, but again, everything will be shiny available throughout the event. Only a few technically are left for Gen 4 to be shiny in the end of the day, but that's how they are. And then instance encounters. So if you put an instance throughout the event, in the in-person event, you get things like H, I, and O, and S, which should spell out Sinnoh in the end of the day. We do have X, and this is interesting because I hope that they give us the chance of each one of the eggs, because there are a lot of them in the legs when it comes down to it. So, 2km eggs throughout the event. Bidoo, Chingling, which is the brand new shiny, Ponsley, Mine Jr., Happiny, which I got a shiny already. Munchlax, I haven't had that shiny. Riolu and Mankind, I haven't had that shiny. So a lot of good ones in the 2 kilometer pool. I'm actually liking about that. I'll let Chris talk in a second. 5 kilometers, Stanky and Gibble. So it's nice that Gibble is in a shiny available in 5 kilometers. And then, of course, the 10 kilometers will have Pachirisu, Chatot, and Carnivine. Thoughts on this, Chris, before we continue on?
Yeah, eggs look superb. I'm looking at the little note underneath because I was nervous about walking in the stadium. But hopefully, they got plenty of Pokestops. I'm sure they will. And then all I can say is you got to keep moving if you want to hatch these shiny eggs.
Yeah. So you'll be rotating through a lot of the habitats. But before we actually talk about the actual location, because I know that we have a lot to talk about there, more exclusive in-person experience. So Sinnoh Snapshot, take a snapshot during the event. Turtwig, Chimchar, and Pimple wearing the Lucas or Dawn hat may surprise you. So these are actually new shiny available. I think they were shiny available when they were there, but those hats, it's been a while since we've seen them in those.
That's probably the 1-star raid too.
Yeah.
I don't think they had the hats.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably the 1-star too.
Oh, God. I don't know about that yet.
You're like, maybe I am spending more money.
Oh, God. No. I don't know. Legendary photo opportunities. So encounter Uxie, Mesprin, and Axel in the wild during the Sinnoh adventure. Plus, if you take a snapshot of one of them in the wild, you encounter another one with them. So it's not uncommon in the end of the day because the Lake Trio has always been technically available in the wild. They're incredibly rare to find, so you can never find them unless you actually go looking out for them. But even then, your chances of encountering one is probably as bad as getting a random shiny unknown out in the wild or something.
It's like a Galarian bird, I feel like. Too.
Yeah, it's something similar to it in the end of the day. And the field research will have a boosted chance of receiving field research featuring Pokémon originally discovered in the Sinnoh region, including Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, with the Lucas and Dawn hat. I know, I'm sorry, Drowsy is just wanting to go to sleep now. So we still got a lot to talk about. We haven't even gone through the full experience. We also have a tale of mischiefs and misdeeds. So it looks like Spiritomb is going to have another chance of getting...
Spinda.
Yeah, kind of thing. But it says spin 10 of the 108 special Pokestops scattered across Los Angeles County and Orange County for encounters with Spiritomb. This time, research story will be available to all ticket holders, trainers, beginning Friday, February 16, and then kick off the weekend with some mischievous fun. And do note that the time research will expire at the end of Sunday, February 18 at 8 p.m. local time. Interesting. It kind of makes it seem like we're going to have more chances of actually encountering Spiritomb. Hopefully that will take over to the global, but we'll see. I'm not sure, but that's interesting to say the least. Hopefully it's just not one encounter, probably more than that.
Nah, it sounds like it's going to be like Spinda, because they say spin 10 stops. I think it's going to be 1 per stop.
Okay, that's okay with that. I'm okay
if
with
I had to guess. It might be like 11 altogether, but I don't know.
Yeah. But the total of at least 10, yeah. Okay.
That's what I think, yeah.
What if you encounter all 108 stops? Like, you're going to go through the entire city or something. I don't know.
Remember Las Vegas, you had to spin specific Pokestops to get the Spindas?
Or Kecleon.
I think it's just going to be like that.
Yeah, something similar. A bit exclusive in-game bonuses for ticket holders. So again, people who are attending the Los Angeles event. Half the hash distance for X placed in incubators throughout the event. 6 special trades can be made throughout the entire day, no matter where you are in Los Angeles. So that's pretty cool. Again, only through ticket holders. Half Stardust cost for trades, so the reduction, I guess. Up to 9 daily free raid passes from spinning photo discs at gyms, and then increased chance of encountering shiny Pokemon. Okay. But yeah, you can make the most out of with add-ons and things like that when it comes down to it. So that is the in-person. Now, there's 2 things to note. One of them, this is not all the information we're going to receive throughout the next 2 or so months. Mostly because, just similar to the Hoenn Tour, they'll add more information like the origin form for the Dialga and Palkia. Arceus is part of the generation, so definitely something they're going to be that. And then hopefully Fione and Manaphy will also be making an appearance, because this is basically all of Generation 4. We have to complete the Pokédex, which is actually the reason why we have these Gold Tours. And of course, the great chance of getting all the shinies for those. So even releasing those shinies will be insane. Again, I don't think this is all the information we're going to see in the end of the day for the whole event. So it looks underwhelming at first, but this is because it's a lot of information already. So I'm sure they'll add more information in the near future, in the next month or so, when it comes down closer and closer to the event. And then before I get your thoughts on everything else, Chris, we got to talk about where the location is. The Rose Bowl Stadium. So I've been doing a little bit of digging since the announcement. It doesn't seem to be that big of a place, though. It does have a huge park area past the stadium, but I don't know. I feel like they're confining us too into an even smaller area than the park at Chicago. And it just doesn't feel right. I don't know. It just doesn't feel the same as other Go Tours or other events that we have gone to, even Go Fests at that point. So, Chris, I'm going to give me your thoughts on the event itself and the last part that I mentioned.
The whole thing looks really stacked. Pretty much the same as Hoenn. But I will say I'm not as attached to it as Hoenn. So, like, I don't know. If I end up wanting to go soon, maybe. I got to see how Christmas is looking, make sure everyone's taken care of there.
That's true.
And then pretty much around that time I might decide, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's definitely... There's...
Looks like a lot of fun, though.
It is.
I will say that.
It is. Now...
I'm just not going to worry about it.
Yeah. I can tell you this much. The FOMO is real right now. Like, I've been going through events since 2019. I know 2020, 2021 really didn't have events. I've been to the Go Fest both in 2022 and 2023. We've been at the Go Tour in 2023. So this is like FOMO for me at this point. It's like I want to go. I really just want to go through it. But I have to be responsible with a lot of different things that are happening next year. I have to, unless all the pieces work together, I might be able to. But it has to. I have to do a lot of moving around, or maybe sell a few things for a couple of stuff, because my money is gonna be tight for the next 6 or so months at this point. Not to be secretly, but I'm not gonna tell basically the entire world what's going on. But money is gonna be tight for the next 6 months for a lot of reasons, and I don't want to actually spend on a trip that, if at best, just by looking at how I looked at plane tickets and hotel tickets and all that, if I can get between that, like I said, between the plane ticket and the hotel ticket, if I can at least only spend up to $600 combined between the two, maybe. But that's also not including the ticketed event that I still haven't bought yet, food, and transportation. So it's just a lot of things that I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, especially because LA is a really expensive city.
It's a lot to play for Pokemon.
Now, of course, and I'm not.
Don't get me wrong; it's in people too.
Not to say that, of course, Las Vegas wasn't expensive, because in the end of the day, it was expensive. But I had a little more money, I had a little more time, and a little more intuition to do it. But this year, I don't know. This next year coming up, I'm not 100% saying that I probably won't go, but I am at least 90% saying that I won't go. 10% if everything falls into place, and if I can make some arrangements, I might be able to go. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I know FOMO is gonna be real. I'm gonna miss out on a lot of funds. I know a lot of my friends are trying to go, especially all the podcasts out there. But again, it may not be in the cards for me this year or this coming year when it comes down to it. I don't know. It's gonna be real weird. I'll keep you guys updated on how things are gonna go. But I'm still. I gotta be responsible when it comes down to this thing.
I'd say don't feel like you have to make every event.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we haven't wanted to go to what are they called? The safari zones and stuff, but when it's a Go Tour, it does feel more hype, I will say.
I mean, to be told, the safari zones are cool. It's just that unfortunately I can't really get out of the country, so that's a different story. And even then, still so expensive to go to another country. Like even more expensive, really more expensive to go to another country than to actually go to Los Angeles. But there's just a lot when it comes down to it. Unless Niantic wants to, help us out, sponsor us. I mean, Niantic, please. We've been doing your content for 4 years, and you guys have been listening to us for a while.
There was a bone.
Please, I'll cover the whole thing. I'll even look like, I'll even stay in the park the entire day. I don't care. So, but yeah, again, it's gonna have to fall. A lot of pieces have to fall into place for me to actually go to Los Angeles this time around. I gotta be responsible. Just gotta be really responsible. And if everything works out, cool. But if not, I will have to say, I know I'm saying it more that I want to go the most ever, but still, it is how it is. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Anyways, we do have information about Global 2. Basically, the whole shabam, same thing. Masterware raids, which I'm interested enough in 3-star raids. We have Torterra, Infernape, and Empoleon. I don't know who's gonna be doing those. We have the habitats, but this time, of course, they'll be rotating throughout the day itself. Same with the incense. We can go over a lot of these things, but again, it's just basically the same things you encounter for the Senator. So you just be, there in the end of the day. The eggs are still the same as those. I don't know if they give us bonuses. Yes, we have bonuses for the global, and this is for all trainers. The bonuses will be active from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Half distance for placing eggs in incubator, so that's pretty cool for the eggs hatching. 6 special trades can be made each day, so both days can be cool. And then half Stardust cost for trades. That's actually pretty cool if you're actually looking to trade for those. Now, I'd mentioned that the bonuses are for all trainers. This year, for the global event, there will not be a ticketed pay time experience for anybody who wants to buy a ticket. No, this is going to be for everybody. So wherever you are in the world, you can play. You can turn on the game on those days, throughout those hours, and you'll be able to find the raids, find the eggs, find the researches, find the Pokémons, whatever the case may be. You do not have to pay to play the global experience at all. The only thing that's going to be paid is the Master World research. That's the only thing. I don't know if it's going to be $5, $10. I don't care how much it will be. You'll get your shiny Shaman if you get through it. Of course, it will be a little more difficult to complete, but you will be getting a shiny Shaman at the end of that Master World research. Will be the only paid experience overall. And I'm sure that, you'll have time to complete it because it's a special research anyways. But to elaborate one more time, this is free for everybody. It doesn't matter how it is. They're not saying that they have, and unfortunately, because they're not saying that we have shiny booster rates, but you do get a chance of catching every Pokemon for the Sinnoh region. We'll have the rates, we'll have the eggs, we'll have everything else in between. So don't think that this is bad. Anyways, I believe that a lot of people are saying that it would be nice to just pay for the increased shiny chance, but a lot of people always say, like, why do we have to pay for shiny chances? Like, now you don't have to pay. You just play. And if you want to get the shinies, then play hard. Like, that's all they're going to say, brother.
Yeah, if you don't get lucky and get the shinies you want, there should be some people in your community, or at least nearby somewhere, that you'll be able to, trade for the shinies you want.
We always say this. When it comes down to the real in-person experience and the global experience, even though the shiny rates might be a little bit different when it comes down to it, the experience is just you're getting things early. And, of course, that's... the in-person experience is literally the weekend before the actual global one. And at the same time, you're just paying for actually going to another city and playing the game with other people that you know. That's it. That's really all there is, the differences when it comes down to it. If you cannot do it, and I'm going to actually have to say this in my head a couple of times, if you cannot make it to the live events, you still get the chance in global. You don't have to.
To yourself,
I'm talking to myself when it comes down to it. Yeah, I know. But yeah. Anyways, we gotta move on. This is global. We'll definitely get more news, more information about it. So don't sweat about it, and we'll get closer to the event. We'll let you guys know what our times are. So to finalize, we're gonna go to a PvP section. Get good, get wrecked. Here we go, Chris. This is a long podcast, so I'm sorry for everything. All right, Timeless Travels GBL season. I'm gonna scream through it real quick because we are running out of time. But at the same time, there's a lot to cover here. the things that matter the most, at the end of the season, you'll get your rewards. Make sure you put a star piece on December 1st at 1 p.m. Pacific time or 4 p.m. for us in Eastern time. And then your rank will be reset. The requirements will remain the same as the previous season. All of those things that stay the same when it comes down to it. We do have, and let me just go through, the timeless travel schedule, which again, we can go over it, but it's just 3 months worth of information when it comes to the cups and the basically whatever leagues we're going to have for each week. We're not going to cover all of them. The only one that we're going to cover is that, of course, we're going to start with the Great League and the Retro Cup, Great League Edition. So that's pretty cool when it comes out. That's December 1st to December 8th in the end of the day. We do have, and let me elaborate this, Go Battle Week timeless travels. So from Friday, January 19 at 10 a.m. to Wednesday, January 24 at 8 p.m. local time. This is the longest we had a Go Battle Week ever when it comes down to it. Bonuses, 4 times Stardust for win rewards. Maximum sets you can play throughout the day will increase from 10 to a total of 50 battles from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. local time. Again, this is from all the way from Friday to Wednesday. That's a lot of time to do 50 battles per day. Free time battle time research available. Rewards includes the Igno style hat. Paid battle team time research. Start with Stardust rewards. All those things. If you are really an active Go Battle player, Go Battle League player, in the end of the day, you really want to get those rewards. But it is how it is when it comes down to it. Yeah. And then the active league throughout this week. Great League, Ultra League, and Master League, so you can play whatever you want. That's pretty cool. Chris, any thoughts on this long week of battle?
I mean, I'm looking through, and I only see 1 week with Catch Cup, and it's near the end again.
No, but I'm talking about this specific week. Like, instead of only doing it 2 days or a day, they're actually doing almost a week's worth of Go Battle.
Of Go Battle Day?
Yeah, well, it's not Go Battle Day. It's Go Battle Week, brother.
Go Battle Week. That's exciting. I'll be real. I think a lot of people are going to put it off more, though. I would recommend on
so we have
getting the most out of it.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's 6 days, and each one of them is 50 battles per day. Yeah, now you're actually getting to that point, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting.
A lot of people are gonna hit Legends pretty quickly this season. I can tell you that much. But then we have another Go Battle Day. So this time it's gonna be just a day when it comes down to it, but it's gonna be a full day when it comes down to it. This time around we have almost the same bonuses, except instead of 50 battles, we'll have 50 or 100 battles throughout the entire day. So that's still a lot of battles. Holy crap! And then free time research available, including various battle items and experience. The active league will be the Master League. Master League and Evolution Cup Great League Edition. Mr. Intelligent, you got 2 shiny Terrakins today. Welcome. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us in the chat. And yesterday you got also a shiny Shadow Charmander and Tingle Rocket. Bruh. That's actually pretty cool. Congratulations, anyways. Rank and rewards. So we do have a little bit of change. Hisun Sneasel is going to be the reward for rank 1. After your battles, Machoke, rank 6, Dino, Gumi, and Yamo in their respectively Ace, Veteran, and Expert, and of course Pikachu Libre if you hit Legend this season. Standard encounters, we do have a lot. Matchup, Meryl, Gligar, and Phil, and Scorbet will be in rank 1 rewards, or N+, I guess. Rank 6 and above will be Frelish and Carving. Rank 11 above will be Alolan Vulpix, Lickitung, Dribble, and Phantom, and Marine, sorry. Missed one. Volibee, Wooloo, Fanlings, and the active raid boss for the 5-star will be in the 20 or plus. I forgot to mention that 16 and plus will be Volibee, Wooloo, and Fanlings, so that's pretty cool anyways. And respectively, Gumi, Dino, and Yamo for their leagues specifically. It says, I also have a serious question. I have a friend, a girl that used to play in 2020. Anyways, she has a shiny Celebi. I'm not sure we can answer that question because we don't actually go through eBay for those kind of things. So I don't apologize when it comes down to it. But yeah, so then Go Battle League Time Research Pass. Again, this is the free time research that you get, that you can just move over in your time research and you get to finish up. You get a lot of rewards like Elite Charge CM for 500 wins, Elite Fast CM for 400 wins, and much, much more when it comes down to it. The avatar items and other rewards would be for the style of Igno style pants, shirt, pose, shoes, whatever the case may be. Looks pretty cool, but of course it is from the Hisuian region, things like that when it comes down to it. But yeah, and then we got our cups, Retro Cup, which we actually know about this. Basically, Dark Steel and Fairy are not eligible. Holiday Cup, Normal Grass, Electric, Ice, Flying, Ghost type. I know I'm going a little bit fast on this, but we just don't have much time anymore. Holiday Cup, Little Edition, so this is 500 or less. Normal Grass, Electric, Ice, Flying, and Ghost types. Fantasy Cup, Dragon, Steel, and Fairy. Evolution Cup, only Pokemon that evolve can never evolve are eligible. 2-hour show. Yeah, right. Hisuian Cup, only Pokemon found in Pokemon Legend Arceus Pokemon are eligible, which is interesting because there's not a lot of them. Actually, there is a lot. It's basically the whole Sinnoh, but just with Hisuian added to it. So interesting to say the least. Great League Remix, we have a lot of bands. The notable ones will be Wigglytuff. I don't know why Carbon is not part of it, but I guess Carbon hasn't seen a lot of play. I don't know if it will be Reign Supreme when it comes to...
Carbon hasn't seen a lot of play? I just fought one.
Never mind then. Catch Cup Timeless Great League Edition. Only Pokemon caught during the Timeless travel seasons are eligible, and nobody literally likes this anyways. And then the same thing, but the Little Edition, so that's even worse. So from December 1st to December or March 1st will be the Pokemon eligible for those battles. Okay, so this is the important part when it comes down to it. Attack changes. So Muslap is going to have an energy generation increase, so that's pretty cool. Fire Spin is going to go from 9 power to 10 power. Incinerate, a lot of good ones from this one, from 15 to 20 power, so this is actually going to do a lot more damage. Blaze Kick is going to go from 55 to 60. Mostly Blaziken will use this. I don't know. I think that's the only one that can learn it. Breaking Swipe, which is actually... This is where we say our RIP for a lot of the Pokemons. Breaking Swipe. Chance to lower the opposing Pokemon's attack is no longer guaranteed. So it can still lower the attack, but it will not be guaranteed every time you use it, which is actually a little bit of a nerf. Actually, it's a huge nerf when it comes down to it. Iron Tail is going to have power of from 9 to 10, and energy generation will be increased. Steel Wing, energy generation increase, so that's actually incredible for Steel types, or anybody that uses that. Astonish is going to go from 5 to 9 power. That's also pretty cool for a lot of the Ghost types or Ghost users. Bubble will come back to its original form from 7 to 8 power, so Asumero may actually have some play again.
Yeah, I find it interesting it doesn't say how low, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Scald is going to go from 80 to 85 power, the great chance to lower the opposing Pokemon's attack by 1 stage, so even greater chance of that. Psychic is going to go from 85 to 75 because they want to nerf Medicham. And then we have a lot of Pokemon that are going to start using a new ability attack. So I'm just going to say the names, and this is what they're going to learn. We have Wigglytuff, Poliwrath, Bombasnow, Abalok, Hisuian Abalok, Frigibass, Artibax will all learn the the charge attack Icy Wing. So all of this will learn Icy Wing, which is pretty cool. It's basically a bait move. Then we have the Dene will only be able to now learn Parabolic Charge. I don't know if that's good or not. Then we have Alolan Raichu, Alolan Meowth, Alolan Persian, Aridos, Catnia, Catner, Oranguru, Gradient, Nimble, Lokix, Smoville, Stoville, and Arboliva, I guess. They will all now be able to know the charge attack Trailblaze. Interesting that a lot of the Pokemon will now be able to learn a grass type move, especially electric types and all that. I don't know why. Then we have Alolan Sandslash, Delibird, Starly, Staravia, Staraptor, Rufflet, Braviary, Hisuian Braviary, Fletchlinger, Talonflame, Vikavolt. Will all know the charge attack Fly. A lot of them are actually really potential on this, especially Staraptor. But even Alolan Sandslash is gonna have a release. That's actually like a lot of versatility to that Pokemon. I don't know why they're doing that. Talonflame is really going to benefit from it though. And of course the Incinerate buff, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. And then we have Slowbro, Galarian Slowbro, Politoed, Slowking, Galarian Slowking, Quellfish, Suicune, Lotad, Lombre, Licolo, Whelmer, and Whaler, Barboach, Wishcast, Corphish, and Crawdont will all be able to know the charge attack Scald. So a lot of potential there when it comes down to it. Especially the Whelmers, but even things like even Suicune can actually maybe see some play now because of Scald. I don't know. Will depend on a lot of different variables. Vigoroth will now be able to learn the charge attack Rock Slide. That's actually pretty cool because Bulldoze we never get to a Bulldoze every now and then. Toxicrow and Polyswine will now be able to learn Shadow Ball. This is actually huge for Toxicrow. Just for the reason that, Toxicrow will be able to learn Shadow Ball, and then Paloswine will be able to learn Astonish. But again, the biggest winner here is Toxicrow because it will now be able to defend itself with a lot of the Psychic types out there that really counters them. So that makes you see even more play these days. And then Articuno, Delibird, Frostlass, and Cryogonal will now be able to all learn Triple X of the charge attack. Interesting to say the least, because but that's a lot of Pokemon's learning a lot of moves. What are you excited about that, Chris? How excited are you about that, Chris?
Yeah, I agree. I saw how Stark was really happy about Shadow Ball.
Yeah.
How excited? Very. I am always excited to see the move changes.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely some things out there to keep in mind. How strong am I gonna be in GBL this year? I don't know. This season, we'll see how it goes when it comes down to it.
Yeah, I barely tried this year. I didn't even make 2750 chugging, but we'll see.
It's like I haven't even got into rank 12, so yeah, we're fine. We're fine here, guys. We're fine here. But yeah, so in the end of the day, that's a lot of things when it comes down to it. But yeah, that's a lot of information. I can tell you that much. We have done it. I think that's everything that we have to cover. I think the last thing that we can mention is that there is a new loading screen. If you restart the app, now we see things like, Drampa, the Hisuian the Hisuian Pokemon's Pikachu again. Psyduck, I guess, is gonna have a community day. I don't know. But yeah, so wow. That was a lot. And again, it's usually how the season goes. So any thoughts about the whole season, the whole news, the whole thing, GPL, anything that you might want to say at this point?
Get hyped. That's all I'll say. A lot to get ready for. A lot of it, I don't know how excited I'll be till the event actually happens. I'll be real.
Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. But it is a new season. It is time to change it up, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, we'll get the closer we get to new events, the better. But we'll talk about that when we get to it in the next podcast in the end of the day. So, or the following podcast. We're also nearing our 4-year anniversary. A few weeks from now, or not a few weeks, but a few months from now actually. We started in February, so 4 years. It's incredible. That we
that
actually
is insane.
That is insane. Again, I do want to thank everybody who always listens to us. I know that I kept saying that our numbers are up because of you guys, but keep doing what you guys do. Keep listening to us if you want to rant. I know we always have hear and think in the end of the day, but thank you so much again in the end. All right, so we're not gonna check in our sleep, mostly because we actually we went over 2 hours at this point, I think. Or an hour and a half. I don't know. I'm going to have a lot to edit here. But once again, thank you so much for everybody for listening to the podcast here live. If you guys are here right now, thank you so much again. But you can always listen as to podcast services fees Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Any of those places. Thank you so
hour
much.
and a half, hour 40.
Yeah, something like that. And many other places. If you can leave us a review, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to follow us on our social media, the Purified Podcast. We post things there. So, I mean, things for the podcast. Pure Let It Go. I usually be there because that's my main Twitter or X, whatever the case may be. And then PKMN Trigger Please for Chris with a Z at the end. Purifiedpodcast at gmail.com if you want to listen to us or want to share with us some cool constructive stuff. Just email us there. Join our Discord. Is free for anybody to go out there. And then, of course, don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. With that being said, Chris, send us away for the night.
All right. If I don't get cut off,
We'll see.
I hope you guys have a fabulous time. Get ready for the Christmas time. Get ready for the hype. Get ready for time and space to collide. And we'll catch you guys next week where hopefully we got even more news for you. Peace out, guys.
Keep purifying them. Keep being timeless. We'll see you guys next time.